tonight's episode, we have music videos from Praetorian, Elysian Divide, and we catch up with Everest Queen. Hey, it's Dave.
Hi, it's Andy.
Hi, it's Kirk.
We're here at the big, what's that, Big Red, I was going to say. Big Red, where's that? That's in Holloway Road or somewhere, isn't it? We're at the Red Line here in Stevenage for episode 3 of How to Meet Your Idols. I guess it's probably good to find out what we've been up to since 2 weeks ago. We had lots of aspirations. You had Dave Tattum in your pocket, basically done, dusted, ready to go.
Yeah, touch base with him. He's still happy to do it. Just needs a format and decide how we're going to do it and when we're going to do it. But yeah, he's really excited and on board about that, which is great.
One ready.
Angel Witch, Legends.
And then we said that we were going to sort that out. We would be ready to go. We were confident we were going to have one ready to go, weren't we? So,
yes. Or did I not show a bit of anxiety that
that
Andy was beating me already?
Shall we find out how Kirk got on last week?
Hello, week 4. I actually didn't do any work in week 3. I was so busy reviewing albums, especially the Machine Gun album. I've done a video review of that. That took a lot of my time, plus 6 other albums, and it's actually been really busy in my day job as well. I work in the education sector for Cambridge University Press and Assessment, so that took a lot of my time. However, I've come up with a new strategy. Now we're in week 4. I didn't get any results that I in week 1 and 2. I sent some emails and they really went nowhere. So what I've done in the meantime, it's already been mentioned that I've created a short biography of Tom G. Warrior. I've now uploaded that onto the Screen Blast Repeat YouTube channel. It's 4 minutes and 55 seconds. Gives a summary of his legacy and his influence on extreme metal. So what I'm going to do is create an electronic press kit. I'm going to go to Adam Seguier, who's the main contact at the Noise Cartel, who I know handles the campaigns, the Triptychon, and certainly we'll have a direct line to Tom G. Warrior. If I don't get anything back, in fact I might even just go straight to Tom G. Warrior on Facebook as well, so it's a double-pronged attack. I'm just going to quickly show you, give you an idea what this video looks like. I'm hoping that this is going to be the mainstay of my electronic press kit. One of the most ripped of all time as well. Few people can claim to be more influential on the development of extreme metal as Thomas Gabriel Fischer, aka Tom G. Warrior. As the founding guitarist and vocalist of seminal underground metal transgressors Hellhammer, Tom and his bandmates were the original Napalm Death, repelling many critics but spawning a whole host of artists that connected with their raw proto-death metal as early as 1983. Of course, Tom is famous for the pioneering avant-garde metal of Switzerland's Celtic Frost, the band that evolved from Hellhammer and released their highly influential debut, Morbid Tales, in 1984. With possibly the heaviest guitar tone of the 1980s and one of the fiercest throat assaults of any vocalist from that era, the Celtic Frost debut can claim to be a primary influence on at least 4 genres: death metal, sludge metal, death doom, and even grunge. So that should give you an idea what it's like. So I'd say that's already on the Screen Blast Repeat channel. We might even use that in the documentary as well. So I've actually put together an email. So what I've said to Adam is, did Jasmine Lamy talk to you about my need to arrange an interview with Tom G. Warrior of Triptychon? I'd appreciate if you could show Tom the short biography we created to celebrate his musical legacy below. I've also included links to the Screen Blast Repeat review of the Triptychon Requiem live album at Robb in 2019. So who's ready for the latest on Mike Patton and Greg Puciato? I spoke to Speakeasy, the PR company in Los Angeles, and the person there came back to me and they said that it's the UK publicist for Mike Patton is this company Rarely Unable. So that's good. I've got the source of who's handling the affairs for Mike Patton, and look here on their website. Greg Verkman, co-founder of Ipecac Recordings with Mike Patton, he actually has given a testimonial to Lauren Barley, who's the individual that handles the public affairs in the UK for Mike Patton. So I know this is the person in England and the wider UK who you go to if you want to arrange an interview with Mike Patton. Does that mean that I will get an interview? I can't say I'm too confident. There's something, the music industry does seem to be very difficult to navigate. I'm not saying that it's opaque, there is some transparency there. I've sent an email to Lauren Barley. Let's hope that this actually helps. I've actually copied in Dave and Andy as well. What I've done here is I've sent some hyperlinks to the albums I've reviewed that in Mike Patton albums in the last 3 years as an editor of Screen Blast Repeat, and they are the Mr. Bungle album, Tomahawk album, and the Tattum Necroscape album that he did in 2020. I've also just listed the three of us that are doing a documentary, and more importantly, you could say it's almost like an electronic press kit now. We've done a rough draft of episode 1, it's got the title sequence in, there are a couple of typos that we need to change, and that should give them an idea that we're serious, that this is what it's going to look like. What are the chances of arranging something with Mike Patton? Moving over to Greg Puciato, so Speakeasy, they informed me that the UK publicist that handles the affairs of Greg, Queen Bee, and the Black Queen, Dillinger's Escape Plan, Kill or Be Killed, anything that Greg's involved in is called Emma Van Duits. Look at this about me. Publicity career began in the press department of Warner Brothers Records in 1994. Wow. Now this is a person with clout. What does she like? Favourite bands? Deftones, Public Enemy, Jane's Addiction, The Cure, Faith No More. Basically everything that I'm into. So that should help me. Again, doesn't mean that she's going to respond to me now. I'm finding it difficult to actually establish what her email address is, so it's easy to contact her on Instagram and LinkedIn. I could go for LinkedIn. What else have we got here? Twitter. Surely she must have an email address. Now you go on the website and it tells you everything about her and the artists that they represent, which is useful, and we can see Greg there as part of the Black Queen. He'll also be here as a solo artist, one would expect. He must be here somewhere. But I can't find an email address on here. So you go to the homepage. What is that? Where's their email address? What is going on with this homepage? Press. How to contact them. Nothing. Oh, do I click on here? No. Okay, so I'm going to have to use methods I wouldn't normally use. So we're going to have to use social media to contact Emma Van Duits to try to arrange something for Greg Puciato. So I'll keep you updated on that. One final update as well. Hi there, week 5. It's the 4th day since Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II passed away. Very sad occasion, and the nation still in mourning. But King Charles III, though he's not been coronated, he's now been officially proclaimed as the monarch of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. On a more professional basis, I'm getting fucking nowhere with contacting my 5 idols, so we're just going to go all in now on Facebook, see how many people that are connected to Spencer Sotelo and Greg Puciato I can get in contact with, if not them directly. First of all, let's have a look at the emails. Have I received anything back from Lauren Barley or from Emma Van Duits? So Lauren is the publicist that handles Mike Patton and Ipecac Records, and Emma Van Duits handles the PR campaigns for Greg Puciato for all of his bands, whether that be Kill or Be Killed, The Black Queen, or his solo stuff. Here we go. Nothing in there. The only emails I've got are new albums and EPs from record labels promoting them, asking me if Screen Blast Repeat want to review them. Same there. So I've had nothing back, which I'm not surprised by. Let's have a look at Facebook. First of all, Federal Prisoner, that's the record label that Greg runs with his friend Jerry? Jesus Christ. Jesse Draxler. So they do have a page, so I'm just going to put, hi Greg, I asked your UK publicist Emma Van Duits if you're available for an interview. I heard nothing back. Given him the blurb on what we're doing with the documentary. I'm just going to straight out ask him, what is your availability for a Zoom on Microsoft Teams interview for the rest of 2023? Check I've got my signature on. Yes, I have. Sent. Okay. Tom G Warrior. This is what I sent to him. Hi, Tom. This was last Monday. Fucking hell, how does time fly? The Queen was still alive when I sent this. Are you free for an interview with Screen Blast Repeat to follow up on our new music video honouring your music legacy? You can watch a short video here. Not got back to me yet. I'm not surprised. He's on tour with Triumph of Death. Ender. This is the side project of Spencer Sotelo. On the day that Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II passed away, I sent Spencer a message saying I've sent it to Enders if addressing the band. I've got, hi guys, I'm trying to contact the elusive Spencer Sotelo for a documentary called How to Interview Your Musical Idols in Less Than 6 Months. Can you help to connect me with Spencer? Nothing back from there. Let's see what we've got. Alex Marquez handles the front of house for Periphery and Killswitch Engage, and even Metallica, wow, amongst other bands. So I know he's like the chief live audio engineer when Periphery are on the road, and I've seen him in some of the Periphery documentaries, so I thought, why not go for him? I've also said I'm trying to contact the elusive Spencer Sotelo. Nothing back. When did I send that? That was also on Thursday, when Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II unfortunately passed away at age 96. Shall we just do one more suite? What else is available? So we've done Federal Prisoner, which is the label for Greg Puciato. We've contacted Endure, which is Spencer Sotelo's side project. We've also contacted the lead audio engineer for Periphery. Is there anything else I'm trying to think of? Let's have a look. Now, Tom actually did put a post offering his condolences when he found out about Queen Elizabeth II, so I joined in on that conversation, just saying thank you for your respectful words. I'm a citizen of the United Kingdom. Here it is, no matter where one stands, this is truly the end of an era. Very respectful, I appreciate that. I'm running out of ways of trying to get in contact, so that's what I've done, because I'm not getting anything from the fucking publicists, and we're in week 5 now. So I'll keep you updated, and hopefully I won't be moaning as much. Okay, so I've had some developments. That's how I start every fucking video, isn't it? These are genuine developments. I've had responses from Lauren Barley and Emma Van Duits. And I saw these in my account today and thought, I'll not open them. I'll wait until this evening when I've got more time. So let's get right into it. Have I had a positive response? Okay, Lauren Barley, Mike Patton interview request. So what happened today is, on my lunch, I just thought I'm going to send follow-up emails to Lauren Barley about Mike Patton, and also to Emma Van Duits about Greg Puciato. And I find that this is almost the etiquette in this industry, that you send them an email, you don't expect a response if it's a prospective one, if you're prospecting for business or for their services. And you have to do a follow-up one to show that you're serious. So this has actually generated responses from both of them. So let's see what Lauren Barley says of Rarely Unable PR. Hello Kirk, I did indeed have an open email to you. Firstly, thank you for getting in touch. It sounds like such a great idea, and I'd love to see this other coverage so far too. Unfortunately, Mike is not doing interviews at the present moment, but I can keep this request on file and approach if the situation changes. We'd love to keep in touch about other releases, artists too, if you're interested. Yeah, I'm interested. Okay, it's a no really, isn't it? Let's not sugarcoat it. I know that Mike Patton had to cancel a Faith No More tour in 2021 because of mental health struggles, and I'm sure he said in an interview with Rolling Stone that he was diagnosed with agoraphobia, so I knew this was going to be difficult. So how much do I push this? The one person who you can contact who handles any interviews with Mike Patton, any media appearances, is saying he's not available, and in some ways I've got to be respectful of that. But this is also a challenge and a documentary that's going to keep you guys interested. So I think we come to the end of stage 1 here, where the new challenge is, what do you do when the public relations company say, yes, we've received your request, this artist is not available? Clearly, I don't just stop there. I'm going to have to find other ways, other ingenious ways to do that. So I'll go back to her and I'll thank her, especially for her kind words. But that's a no, really, isn't it? Let's see what the next one is. Okay, Emma Van Duits, the person who started at Warner Brothers in 1994. Again, did you receive my email on the 8th of September explaining that I'm the lead editor of UK extreme metal publication Scream Blast Repeat, including some links to reviews I've done for Greg Puciato over the last 3 years, give her a background on the three of us that are making this documentary. Okay, hey Kirk, Greg isn't doing any promo ATM at the moment. I'll keep you in mind for the future. Sent from her iPhone. This is a person who's busy. I suppose I should be grateful I've got a response. Nothing in this one that says I'll keep you on file, but she says I'll keep you in mind for the future. That's just window dressing, isn't it? I don't think there's anything insincere about that. That's polite. That's the way that you correspond with people. So again, at least I've got a response. But yes, I need to take this to a new stage now, don't I?
Okay, so you've been out, you've sent your emails, you've had some responses, but not the sort of responses that we wanted. So what's your plan for the next couple of weeks then, I guess?
Yeah, the responses were polite no's, weren't they? So I need to go back to the drawing board and find a way of contacting my 5 idols, and I'm going to have to use social media, which is going to be impossible with Robert Smith of The Cure and Mike Patton of Faith No More. I'm leaving Robert Smith until the end. I really want to focus at the moment on Tom G. Warrior of Celtic Frost and Triptychon. Okay. I got a response today actually from Adam Seguir, who's the Noise Cartel PR, who handle their affairs, and he said he's working on it. So I actually have got a positive response. He might just be deflecting my harassment emails.
He's going to get a restraining order.
I'm going to get a restraining order, right, but I need to make sure, if I go to stage 2 with that, so Tom G. Y I've also contacted on Facebook, as you've seen in the video, Greg Puciato and Mike Patton, so I discovered who the individual contacts are as their UK publicist. And they've just said they're not available at the moment, but I'll keep you on file. I'm not offended by that. I think that's very polite. Yeah. But I'm not going to give up. I need to find another way, and that will be social media and, I don't know, stalking. I really don't want to do that. That's unethical.
Look at it this way. We're only a month into this. So
yeah.
We had it's a 6-month challenge. I'm not going to work out the percentages, but we're effectively 4 weeks down out of a potential 12. So
yeah.
We've more than that. It's 26, isn't it?
Yeah. So we've
26. So we've still got time. We've still got time. So, okay, you've got a bit of a plan of action for the coming 2 weeks, I guess.
Yep. And just to reiterate, what we've learned here is even if you know the official person that arranges interviews for these people, and you email them and you get a response, it doesn't mean they're going to say yes. And that's because they handle a large roster of artists. And if that person, like Mike Patton, has decided I'm not doing interviews for the next 6 months, reject all requests, they're going to just say, sorry, he's not available. So I need to find another way. And I don't quite know what that is at this moment, so I need to be ingenious. Ingenious? No, that's the wrong word. I need to be resourceful.
Resourceful, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. not doing it anymore. I'll fucking die. Okay, so Andy, it's been 2 weeks since your last one. How have you been getting on? Let's find out. Okay, so there was nothing. So what happened, Andy? 2 weeks. What have you been up to then?
Yes, nothing really to report on my front. I do need to chase up with Kristine's company. They did respond to the email quite positively. I returned an email with some information about you guys, Screen Blast Repeat and your channel, and even the sort of pilot edition of this, for them to take a look at, but nothing come back yet. I haven't done anything else because I've been kind of focused on and busy with prepping for the first Nomadic Rain gigs that have happened during August and September. But they're done. I have got 3 more to approach, so I need to just crack on, basically.
Crack on?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see how that gets on.
You're still in the lead as well, so...
Driving me
Okay, so I guess it's down to me. So what have I been up to?
What have you been up to?
Last 2
Dave,
weeks.
what have you been up to?
Okay, so we're in the second week or fourth. No, it's week 3, week 4 because we've been filming these kind of, giving ourselves a couple of weeks in between filming these episodes to give us time to do the response, even though the videos are obviously coming out weekly. But as of today, we're in week 3 and week 4 of the challenge. So I got a little bit. I haven't had any real luck, I would say, so far, but I have at least managed to get some more information out. So So for PSI Records, which is JS Clayton, I've sent him the link for episode 1, so hopefully that might help. I have Instagrammed Robb Flynn and The Warning, and also The Warning's managers. So again, these were some of the contacts I couldn't find. Sully Erna, I managed to find him on Instagram, so I've also messaged him directly as well. And my hope is that now that all people in the relevant contacts have all been messaged, with the exception of Alip Bartar, I still cannot find him anywhere. I did find a potential Instagram account or a Twitter account, and I think, or in both in cases actually. I still don't think it's genuinely them. I think it might be just someone copying his name, but I've messaged that as well with the vain hope. I think in 2 weeks' time, if that hasn't happened, I think everyone will get sent out a copy of the episode 1. See where we go from there. And then after that, if I still don't get any results, I'm going to have to start trying to really think outside the box. But as of this moment, no luck so far from me. Yeah, so that's how basically what I've done. Those emails have been sent, and
You've had a similar experience to me, Dave.
I've not even had a response. I did send an email. I sent the email back to PSI Records for Pitch Shifter. Look, I'm wearing your t-shirt.
Come on.
Wearing your t-shirt.
We are grovelling.
But yeah, so I have sent them that. I've forwarded them the episode 1. I do have a plan for the next point. So I'm now going to be reaching out to my YouTubers again. So this time with a specific video for each of them, saying a message for The Warning, a message for Robb Flynn, and that will be the title of the video. With that vain hope that someone's going to see it and go, oh, what's this about a message from Robb Flynn? And who knows Robb Flynn, and get past that video on.
If only I had 155,000 YouTube subscribers.
Yeah, if only they watched the bloody videos, it'd be nice.
Oh, I see what you mean.
But that is the plan of attack for the coming weeks, is to kind of push down that route.
Yeah.
I have emailed like the Warning's managers. The problem I've got is the Warning, they're out on tour. Mm-hmm. They're doing their own headline tour, and then they're about to go back out on tour with Hailstorm again.
Yes.
You've got obviously Robb Flynn, Machine Head, out on tour at
Played,
the moment.
yeah, they're
out
played
supporting
England recently.
their new album. So the problem is their time is very difficult.
Mm-hmm, of course.
I had someone contact me about this guy Alip Bartar, who's basically said that he has been approached by his nation's TV stations for interviews, and he's refused them. So I'm like,
what chance do you have?
But I have
Fucking no
a couple
chance.
of them have a couple of the guys have passed me details for friends of Alip Bartar who have actually done musical collaborations with him in his house.
Yeah.
And are good friends of his, to see if they will pass the message on and kind of get me in contact with
I
him.
admire your optimism, Dave. I really do.
The guy won't talk to anyone, but he'll talk to me.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Well, we'll wait and see. I'm going to do that. The other one I'm trying to do at the moment is I'm now approaching similar artists within the Indonesian sort of music scene who do something similar, to try to get interviews with some of those guys that are on less subscriber counts but within the same field, so that I can kind of become like a person who's known doing that sort of thing, and hopefully
That's a good idea, yeah.
Can
try and pitch into that.
One thing, Dave, just before we go, that I noticed, when, like you, I discovered the person you need to email. I think the etiquette or the convention in the industry is that if they don't know you, they ignore the first email. You send them a follow-up email saying, did you receive my email on this day? You get a response.
Right.
So it's almost like you've got to prove yourself that you're serious and that you're enthusiastic, and you're not just sending them an aimless prospective sales pitch. So if you do a follow-up, like
Yeah,
for
they might
example,
think you're sort of blanket bombing loads of artists for whatever it may be, YouTube channel.
So when I write the thing, I should have
review site, if I send out 100 and I get one back, that's great.
That's it.
If you then follow it up, it means you're focused and serious on
Did
their
you get
artists.
That worked for me. I got 3 responses. Okay, 2 of them were, these people are not available, but I'll keep you on file. The 3rd one, he's working on it. So
Okay.
I think maybe do that as well. But yeah, so we have made no progress
no progress whatsoever.
whatsoever.
Fucking useless.
There's been a lot of moaning.
Lots of moaning, lots of problems.
Yep.
But we've got another 2 weeks to have a crack at this, and hopefully, we'll have some better
We will
results
make
for
a
the
dent.
next site.
One says glass
Yeah.
half full.
Now, before we go, we've got an interview today with the guys, Brad and Tom from Everest Queen. Let's go check them out.
Everest Queen. Hello, we've got Everest Queen with us today, the post-sludge metal band from Hertfordshire, legends of the scene. I only got into you probably 18 months ago, but I think that goes with my journey of getting more into post-metal as well. So what we're going to do is the current album, Murmurations, already shaping up to be an instant classic. We're just going to go through that, if that's okay. You can tell us more about it.
Yeah, definitely.
So just a few points on there. The first thing I'd like to address, obviously you're calling your music post-sludge metal, but I do detect also an ethereal Cocktail Twins type influence on the music, which wasn't on the previous album. What's the thinking behind that? Whose idea is it?
I think
it just happened naturally.
So we before the lockdown, we started to write new music, and just naturally it started to go into that direction. And then a lot of sort of personal things started happening, obviously then the lockdown, and we kind of just honed in on, I know it sounds really sort of cliche, but we honed in on sort of what was happening to us, and we just thought, we've got to put this down on paper and do something with it. And
it has like a dreamlike quality to it, doesn't it? You know, some of those bringing guitar chords, a lot of reverb on there, and then really intricate bass lines, almost like beyond the 12th fret, and then you've got your drums in there as well. I just found that so enchanting. But you haven't really, the good thing is you've not relinquished the heavier side of the music either.
Yeah, we didn't want to sacrifice what we love about sludge. But at the same time, we wanted to, and that's where sort of Tom comes in, because we wanted to embrace that side of music, like a bit more experimental, and see where we could go with it, and see how far we could take it, but without, as you said, without going too far too quickly.
Yeah, because I mean, there's certainly the best example of that is Anathema, isn't it? When they wrote that 1995 album, I think you probably like it, The Silent Enigma.
Oh yeah.
Classic. And then within 4 years, it was just an unrecognisable band. Still writing good music, but
very different. Yeah.
They've not balanced it out, whereas you're consciously doing that. So Tom, obviously I know you through Praetorian and your drone metal project as well, which I really got me into that genre. What do you bring then? Brad just said you're bringing more experimental impulses. What would you say you're bringing on this album?
I think it was mostly just the synth to start with, because that was originally what the guys brought me in for. Because I joined not long after the first album came. Mostly just, I think it was originally just to be the synth player, because I think the other guys had an idea of, because we all love post-metal anyway, like Cold of Luna, Isis and all that. So I think you guys have been wanting to have some synth in your music for a while. So so even like the first few practices with you guys, we jammed out what would become a couple of the songs on the new album, just mostly with the synth stuff.
I don't hear much synth on this. It's very subtle if it's in there.
Yeah, no, it's definitely there. We definitely laid it up so it's not too overpowering, but it's definitely.
I don't think overpowering would have been a bad thing. There's a lot of room to breathe in this music, even like post-metal, it's really heavy, but it's really about that cathartic release, isn't it? I mean, Adam's vocals are quite grisly. I really like the extreme element to that. It brings me on to the second point. There's just one song that, for me, I couldn't connect with.
Okay.
And that is number 2 of Treachery and Shadows. It leans heavily towards Orange Goblin and Chaos, and it doesn't seem to be aligned with the mood of the other songs. Have you had any other feedback on that regard with this one song?
I think the way we wanted to do the album though is like the first 3 side A would be more kind of a continuation of what Dead Eden was. It still have that a lot. It was still more riffy. So Treachery and Shadow was definitely more like we want to keep it very riffy, and So yeah, we still
Good
want
word,
to have.
Riffy. Yeah.
Yes, I'm probably overusing that word throughout this interview, but yeah, no, we still wanted to have that.
It's not a bad song, by the way. What I was just saying, it doesn't for some reason align with the other songs.
Yeah, well,
it just, to me, it's like it's just a bit of an outlier.
Yeah,
nothing wrong with it.
The plan would be that the plan was have the riffy stuff and then it would evolve into like the more post-metal melodic stuff. So I think with the first 2 tracks, it definitely there is still the heaviness. And then like track 3 onwards is we focus a lot more on that post-metal type ambient experimental stuff coming in.
It's quite an angry sort of.
It's very angry.
Lyrical. So it's musically I agree. It's not in the vein of the post sludge, but that's what we kind of wanted that because of what it's about. It's definitely going into sort of kind of the name of it kind of is a hint, but it's laying out that side of how we were feeling at the time. And kind of reflecting that with the style of the music. It wouldn't have suited the sort of more post sound lyrically, but it's as Tom said, it's more, it's that gradual transition of we wanted to continue from Dead Eden and then go into where we're going.
Was Dead Eden 2018?
2019.
2019.
Yeah, you recorded it in 2018.
Yes. Because there was an EP before that, wasn't there? And then Dead Eden is the debut album.
That's it.
And this is the sophomore album released on Trepanation Recordings. So Andy's one of Andy's favourite bands, Mastiff, the bass player. That's his record label. And, how did that come about? Did he approach you, or did you just hand him a demo?
We just handed him a demo.
Yeah. Well, my other band, we're going to be at some point releasing our first album through him, and we've been promising Dan this album for fucking years. And we were searching. We were looking at other labels as well, but we thought let's see what Dan thinks of it, because he's a lovely guy to work with, and just see what he actually thinks of the album. So I sent him the demo. Well, actually, no, I sent him the complete album. Recorded by Dan. So I sent him the complete album, and he came back really enthusiastic. Like, yes, this is absolutely amazing. I said, well, do you want to release it? He was just like, yes, let's do this. And so far, I mean, it's been absolutely great.
He's
so stress free.
He's given us a lot of advice, and he's also he gets what we're trying to achieve as well. And he gets the album, and he gets the message of it, and I can't fault him.
What are the, you said, like, we were talking about the mood, and this has got a bit more quieter introspection. I can almost guess by the mood of the music what the lyrical themes are, but do you want to just expand on that as much as you want to? You might want to keep some of that cryptic, but
I think we can sort of give a rough basically various things happen to a lot of us. The main point is loss. However, various other events as well, and it touches on mental health. It touches on sort of suicidal, mental health, that side of it as well. Being particularly mainly in the second song, I think the sense of betrayal and loss in that sense, and then a lot of it is sort of self-reflection as well.
That definitely comes through in the music, doesn't it? Those ethereal guitar chords. I mean, the 2 songs here where that mood comes through are Dormant River, which to me is the standout song. That is Cocteau Twins meets Neurosis.
Nice, lovely.
And I've said it conjures images of butterflies, golden meadows, but also a dark sunset and possibly a frozen lake, all in one song.
Love that.
To use those images. And the end song, The Burial. Now, The Burial, are you all doing those ghostly harmonies? Because Adam
It's
me.
me.
It's you two.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
really impressed by that.
But everyone does vocals on that track, so
Yeah.
we do our harmonies, Adam does his screaming, and then there's a little whisper bit that's Jimmy.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice to have him on this album.
Just do a one line,
Yeah,
which is I'm trying to remember the
that is a great way to end the album.
I think he just whispers that peace will finally be, and then Adam goes.
Obviously, you're friends with Jimmy, I assume, aren't you? You know, the bass player who stepped down.
Yeah.
We just want to know what's happening, I guess, with Jimmy. Do you want to take it on from here?
I mean,
Probably Tom is in better position, being sharing the duties in the horn.
Is he still going to be a contributing member of the band in the studio in the future? Because we know he's not playing live.
I think it's more creative wise. He's still very much involved in terms of sort of ideas for the lyrical stuff, and we'll always show him everything.
we always value Jimmy's opinion
Yeah.
on these things. He always
Just to expand on that a little bit, I was going to ask about the writing process. I think you touched on it, or Tom touched on it when he said the first few rehearsals, some songs started to form in the practice room. But what would be, or what was the writing process for this album? You talk about the lyrical themes, but do they come first? The riffs come together and you form songs?
I know it was mostly the music first, although I do know, Jimmy would be writing lyrics anyway, and he might already have like a full set of lyrics, and then maybe either write something to it or just add what he has to what he's written. But I think for this album it was mostly the music first.
Mostly music. It was the majority of this album was written during the lockdown, which was extremely difficult.
It's individual, as opposed to sort of pair couple being in a
I'd say
in the group environment.
I think two of the tracks came out before the lockdown. So it was mostly through jamming in the practice rooms together. So the first track, Sunken Thorn, that was all written by us, all through jamming in the practice rooms. I think that was the first song we wrote for the album.
But I like the long intro to that as well. You can tell that was born in a rehearsal studio.
And then I think Dormant River was jammed out a lot,
it was.
and some of Divergence.
Some. There's bits of Divergence was almost like your first jam.
Yes, that was So I've still got the phone recordings of like the first few jams where there are bits and bobs of different songs. But I'd say of Treachery and Shadow and The Burial, they were all completely written outside of the practice space. So I think Adam wrote the music for The Burial. Jimmy wrote the lyrics for The Burial. And then I want to say Adam again for the music for The Treachery, or was that Jimmy?
Of Treachery, music was Adam. Lyrics was Jimmy.
And another one, lyrics was Jimmy. So.
And then Divergence, we all came together.
Yeah, that was another one where we all jammed it out.
Lyrically, that's
the only one I've written lyrics for. That one.
So you said that Jimmy writes some lyrics, you do, Tom, and then Adam,
you do as well.
Also, so that's good. So that's unusual, isn't it? Why is it unusual for a band that everybody contributes lyrics?
So I suppose so. Dormant River was you. Divergence was myself. It's mainly.
Sunken Thorn was mostly you, Adam and Jimmy, I think, on the lyric front.
We all just kind of... The music mostly came first. And then the lyrics kind of... It was almost... we didn't even have to think about it. We were just like, right, this music fits.
You just had to translate the music into words, didn't you? You already had the basis of it,
That's it. And it kind of... Not wrote itself is the wrong word. But
no, I think that can be the case. That's not a cliche. I think it can, especially because that mood is so. It's unambivalent. You know when you're listening to this that I wouldn't say you're in a dark room. You're on your own. It's solitude, isn't it? That's what you feel. And there might be other objects in that room. There might even be a window you can look out of. But you know beyond that window, it's not the friendliest place to step out into.
We wanted a glimmer of hope, but it's so far you can't get to it.
The Cocteau Twins' luscious guitars though do bring that, don't they?
Right.
You're right. I like that. You can't get to it. I might use that in my review when it comes out on the 30th of September.
Yes.
So Andy, is there anything else you want to ask? Because I know that you've been following these guys as well for a few years.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a point regarding the logo.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, brought in for the single and this new album. You know, you unveiled it sort of prior to the release and everything. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Because it's a departure from the old one, which was fantastic. Suited the music then, worked horizontally, worked with a Everest Queen on top and Queen underneath, you know, on the t-shirts and everything. So just tell us about the artwork and the logo for the new album, or sorry, the current album.
Well, we wanted something more legible.
So you can read a bit easier, but it's as you said, the old logo was more of the sort of the grittier, sludgy style.
Absolutely,
and it fitted that. And we sort of, it was whilst we were writing the album, we were like, this logo doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't work. And we wanted to sort of strip everything back and kind of almost just have something that was trying to.
You don't want to say simple.
Yeah, simple is the wrong word.
Clean,
but like
clean lines,
and just sort of kind of how the album felt, where everything was just kind of stripped back and we just sort of went, right, where is this going? Let's make it more like it stands out. And I quite like it on sort of gig posters where you've got all these sort of logos and you see ours and it's like, oh right, okay, right, that's them. And but I think we quite like the style of sort of post-metal logos, and we thought, well, if we're going in that direction, we should probably have a logo that sort of fits.
But not too simple. Not some of the other like post-metal bands' logos are just like it's just a font.
Yeah. We didn't want to go too far like that.
Bit more challenging for ISIS, obviously.
Yes.
Because of events post 2014. But that's it from me. Are there any more questions you want to ask before we wrap up?
Nice.
Excellent.
Great, yeah.
Absolute
Nice.
pleasure then. Let's shake hands. Great album. We want our viewers to listen to Memorations by Everest Queen, and I'm sure that it's only, it's your second album, but there'll be many more to come.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you.
Okay, so that was the guys from Everest Queen. We'd just like to thank them for coming and speaking to us today. As always, if you like this video, please do like, share and subscribe. I'm Dave, that's Andy, this is Kirk, and we'll see you in 2 weeks' time on another video. So take care.
See you later.
Bye.